Well, good morning. Happy Friday. Taking a live look outside at downtown Denver and Ball Arena. We're expecting a really nice day ahead and into the weekend. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey Rose.
And I'm Lawrence Gaffiti filling in for Jordan. Let's send things over to meteorologist Chris Bianchi, who's been working overtime this week to bring us this amazing forecast.
Well, you know, when it's in the 50s, this is our chill time of the year as a meteorologist. We don't get too many times in the 50s, but you're exactly right, Lauren. I've been working really hard to bring us a little stretch here of this quiet weather. Kathy and I have been in close contact all week long. Low 50s, low 30s, I should say right now here in Denver. Light winds out there. Temperatures mostly 20s and 30s. Eastern Plains, single digits and teens for the most part, with the exception of Gunnison there at the edge of the Gunnison River Basin. That's why, of course, you're on the cold side out there with that inversion trapping in all that cold air right at the surface. Temperatures get up in the low to mid 50s by noon for us. We'll top out right around 57 degrees in Denver today. Radar right now pretty quiet. Western half of the country, not much doing. Mother Nature fast asleep here on this Friday morning here across really, again, the western half of the country. Today we top out at 57. That's about 12 degrees above average. And our main weather impacts, well, we're talking about sunshine and mild temperatures. So it's really those mild temperatures that will be our main impact for today. Temps, again, you got a dog walk, an afternoon jog, anything like that. Just a casual stroll, plug in the AirPods, looks great for that for this afternoon for us here along the Front Range. That said, by Monday, we see some changes roll their way on in with the potential for a little bit of slushy snow for us in the Denver area come especially Monday during the day. I'll have details on that for you in a couple of minutes. Going to send things over to Keely now for a first look at traffic.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, pretty easy Friday morning driving. Let's take a live look. This is I-25 heading into downtown Denver, and we're seeing some smooth, really no problems as of yet. Let's take you over to the traffic maps right now. And there you go, lots of green. We're not seeing any problems as of now. So a few travel times for you. Southbound I-25, 144th Avenue to I-76. You got the green light. That commute will take you about 18 minutes right now. 17 minutes, so not bad. Westbound 36 Denver to Boulder. And if you're heading westbound I-76, E470 Commerce City, that commute, 11 minutes for that one. 10 minutes southbound I-225, I-70 to I-25. And northbound I-25 Castle Rock to I-25. That's an easy 16 minutes between downtown and the Denver Tech Center on this Friday morning. We're looking at a 14-minute commute in either direction.
Thank you, Keely. Right now, Arapahoe County Police need your help finding this senior, 81-year-old Carol Hanna. Officials say she has a cognitive impairment and was last seen yesterday. She was driving in the area of University in Alameda. Officials say she drives a red 2003 LeSabre Buick LeSabre with a license plate of 296 IIK. If you see her, you're asked to call 911.
The city of Aurora has reached a deal to close an apartment complex at the center of activity by a migrant gang. Yesterday in court, attorneys for the owners of the Edge at Lowry Apartments off of 12th and Dallas said they won't oppose the closure. That's the property where a now viral video shows men with guns entering an apartment. There was a shooting death there that same day. That video caught the attention of conservative media and President-elect Donald Trump, who claimed a Venezuelan gang had taken over parts of Aurora. Aurora's police chief called the property a criminal nuisance. He mentioned dozens of police calls and code violations. The owners blamed the gang for the property's conditions. If it's closed, the city says people living there will get at least 30 days notice. The closure would cover 5 of the 6 buildings in the complex. The 6th building is under a different management.
Leadership at the University of Colorado Springs is addressing ways they can improve campus safety after the deadly shooting of 2 students inside their dorm. A UCCS student is charged with shooting and killing his roommate, Samuel Knopp, and a woman inside their apartment in February. Their investigation found Knopp raised concerns about his roommate several times before the shooting, even telling the university officials that his roommate threatened to kill him. The university hired a law firm to review its policies and outline ways they can improve campus safety. The independent report gave 13 recommendations, including a new software system to better track student behavior. The report also says the university needs more training for its staff to identify alarming behaviors and needs to update its emergency plan. University leaders say they've already started implementing several of those recommendations.
The Weld County Sheriff's Office is making progress on its oldest cold case. This week, detectives identified a woman found dead near Platteville more than 50 years ago. They say she is Roxanne Leadbeater. Her body was discovered near the bank of the St. Vrain River in November of 1973. 2 years ago, her body was exhumed to get her DNA. Her identity was confirmed this week using DNA from a first cousin, one of her closest living relatives. Her cousins told investigators Roxanne lived in California and disappeared in 1972 when she was only 15 years old. Detectives are now trying to figure out how she died, only saying it was under suspicious circumstances. Anyone with information should contact the Weld County Sheriff's Office.
This morning, we're learning how Colorado's new psychedelic therapy program will work next year. The mushrooms will not be sold in stores. Instead, patients will fill out a screening process before being paired with a licensed facilitator who will administer the psilocybin. They'll stay together for up to 5 hours until the effects wear off. Certain cities like Colorado Springs are considering measures to restrict where those healing centers would be located. In Denver, those recommendations are expected to be released at some point next week.
There was a lot for us to learn, and here in Denver at least, we're getting very close to getting to a point where we're going to make a recommendation to our city council and our lawmakers so they can take the torch and decide what, if any, regulations are necessary in Denver for natural medicine.
The state will start accepting applications for licenses on New Year's Eve, and the first healing centers are expected to open next summer.
Officials say radium levels in Perry Park's water are back to normal levels. Back in August, a test found that radium levels were more than 2.5 times higher than the standard set by Colorado and the EPA. That can lead to increased health risks. After taking treatment steps like cleaning filters more often, now officials say radium levels have returned to normal and the radium violation is rescinded. They still don't know what caused that spike.
I think this is a question everyone would love to know the answer to. Radium is an element that occurs naturally in rocks and soil throughout Colorado. A lot of utilities that rely on groundwater have that radium in the water. We think it could be an anomaly.
Perry Park says their water does meet Colorado safety regulations. Radium levels are required to be tested quarterly. Officials say they'll test again next month.
We're learning more information about what happened before a suspect shot and killed the CEO of United Healthcare. This morning, the manhunt continues for that suspect. Investigators believe the shooter traveled to New York City from Atlanta last month on a Greyhound bus. Then he checked into a hostel on Manhattan's Upper West Side where he paid with cash and used a fake ID. Surveillance video captured the suspect checking in and also pulling down his mask, showing a clear photo of his face right here on your screen. Police are also looking into the shell casings in live rounds where they found the words depose and delay on them. They're also dusting for fingerprints on a water bottle and a burner phone they found.
This morning, we're learning the names of the kids that were shot at a rural Northern California private elementary school. The Butte County Sheriff's Office says 5-year-old Elias Wolford and 6-year-old Roman Mendez were shot. Wolford was shot once in the abdomen, while Mendez was shot twice. Both are still in the hospital fighting for their lives. A candlelight vigil is set to take place in downtown Oroville to honor them. As for the shooter, police identified him as 56-year-old Gren Litton. He was found dead at the scene. Authorities say he has a lengthy criminal record and a history of mental health issues. There is still no known motive for the shooting, but authorities believe it was a targeted attack because of his religious affiliation.